Discover Inhotim, the life-changing journey senior travelers are taking. Inhotim, where contemporary art meets perennial gardens. Many foreign tourists arrive in Brazil looking for beaches, parties, and superficial experiences. But there is a place that offers something completely different. An experience that transforms the way you see art, nature, and yourself. Inhotim was born in 1980 as a personal project by Bernardo de Melo e Souza, a businessman passionate about contemporary art and botany. What began as a private art collection on a rural property evolved into the largest open-air museum in Brazil. Located in the municipality of Brumadinho, 65 kilometers from Belo Horizonte, Inhotim is a 140-hectare park that blends two experiences into one: a botanical garden with more than 4,000 plant species, and a contemporary art museum with works by artists from 38 different countries. Inhotim is not just a traditional museum with walls and ceilings. It is a space where nature and contemporary art meet so perfectly that it seems impossible for such a place to exist anywhere else in the world. The galleries are spread among crystal green lakes, monumental palm trees, and carefully designed gardens. The galleries are spread among crystal green lakes, monumental palm trees, and carefully designed gardens. Each artwork interacts with the natural environment around it, creating a unique and immersive experience. Over the next 20 minutes, you will be taken on a journey through installations that challenge your perception, sculptures that touch your soul, and environments that transform how you understand the relationship between art, nature, and humanity. This is the kind of experience senior travelers seek: something memorable, safe, accessible, and deeply transformative. If you have friends or family who love to travel and look for meaningful experiences, share this video with them now, because Inhotim is one of those places that deserves to be discovered and lived by people who truly appreciate beauty, art, and personal transformation. The Greenwater Lakes of Inhotim, a scientific secret. Inhotim features 4 main lakes that impress visitors with their deep crystal green color. This coloration is not natural, but the result of a careful scientific process. Natural microorganisms were cultivated in the water to change its tone, without the use of chemical pollutants. The result is a landscape that looks like a movie set, where the water reflects the sky and the surrounding vegetation. This detail demonstrates the level of precision and dedication involved in maintaining the space. The monumental palm trees surrounding the lakes are botanical rarities with extremely slow growth. Some species took decades to reach their current size, making them living treasures of great value. The tamboril, Inhotim's symbolic tree, stands out as a focal point in several areas of the park. These plants were selected and positioned strategically to create harmonious visual compositions. Accessibility around the lakes is ensured by well-marked flat pathways, allowing senior tourists to enjoy the experience without any difficulty. Inhotim's gardens function as living jewels, where every element has been thoughtfully arranged to evoke specific sensations in visitors. Flowers, shrubs, and trees are positioned in patterns that inspire beauty, tranquility, and contemplation. Visitor comfort is a priority, with rest areas strategically placed along the pathways. The first impression upon arriving at the lakes is one of immediate wonder, a sensation that marks the beginning of a transformative experience. This carefully crafted environment prepares visitors for the artworks that come next. Praça Gallery and the charm of the first works. The most iconic installation in this gallery is Troca Troca, a work composed of Volkswagen Beetle cars painted in vibrant colors, blue, yellow, and red. The Beetles are classic cars that circulated widely in Brazil for decades, becoming cultural symbols of the country. In this piece, the artist transformed these everyday vehicles into works of art by painting them in intense colors and positioning them as sculptures. The title Troca Troca refers to the idea of exchanging parts between the cars. The Beetles' components can be removed and swapped among the different vehicles, creating new combinations and configurations. This interactive feature allows visitors to participate in the artwork, moving parts, and altering the car's appearance. The piece questions fundamental concepts of value, utility, and beauty by transforming ordinary mechanical objects into contemporary art. For senior tourists, this installation offers an accessible and playful introduction to contemporary art, requiring no prior knowledge to appreciate its creativity and humor. Another remarkable work in Praça Gallery is the sound installation by Janet Cardiff, an internationally renowned Canadian artist. The piece consists of 40 speakers distributed throughout the space, each transmitting the voice of a singer from the Salisbury Cathedral Choir in England. The voices perform an original polyphonic composition from 1575, dedicated to Queen Elizabeth II. The immersive sound experience creates an atmosphere of contemplation and transcendence. Cultural panels complement the gallery, showcasing real faces of local community members, molded in clay by the artists. Volunteers from the community were invited to participate in the creative process, having their facial features captured in precise detail. These panels represent local traditions such as forró, a traditional music and dance style from Brazil's northeast, and congada, a religious and cultural celebration rooted in Afro-Brazilian heritage. The work connects contemporary art with the region's cultural identity, honoring the people who live around Inhotim. For senior tourists, this is an opportunity to understand how art can celebrate and preserve local culture, creating a dialogue between international artists and traditional Brazilian communities. Praça Gallery demonstrates that contemporary art does not need to be complex or inaccessible to be profound. The works presented here speak about everyday life, collective memory, and cultural identity. Visitor comfort is ensured through rest areas and shaded spots strategically positioned throughout the space. The gallery serves as a bridge between Inhotim's natural world and the more challenging artistic experiences that follow. But what happens when art not only questions, but forces you to confront your own limits? The next gallery offers exactly that, an experience that goes beyond visual observation, touching your body, your mind, and your deepest beliefs. Cildo Meireles, art that makes you think. The Cildo Meireles Gallery presents works that challenge visitors to question fundamental concepts about value and importance. One of the most notable installations uses steel mesh, traditionally employed in butcher's gloves, to wrap balls of different sizes. The balls include basketballs, soccer balls, tennis balls, and golf balls, each covered with the same metallic mesh. This piece provokes an immediate reflection. Which ball is more important? Which ball deserves more attention? The answer is not obvious. And that is precisely the purpose of the artwork. Senior tourists find here an opportunity for deep intellectual engagement with contemporary art. The piece titled Através is an immersive experience that profoundly marks those who go through it. Visitors are invited to walk across a floor made of broken glass while passing through various physical barriers, barbed wire, isolation ropes, and metal grates. The sensation of walking on glass creates a bodily tension that cannot be ignored. The physical barriers function as symbols of the obstacles we encounter in life. Cildo Meireles, an internationally renowned Brazilian artist, uses these elements to create a visual metaphor about limitations and possibilities. Visitor safety is ensured through well-maintained structures and clearly marked pathways. The installation Através offers a powerful lesson on how we perceive obstacles in our lives. Often, the barriers that prevent us from moving forward are psychological, not physical. The installation forces visitors to confront this reality in a visceral and memorable way. Accessibility is considered in all of Cildo Meireles' works, with alternative routes available for those who do not wish to participate in the full experience. This gallery marks an important transition in the museum journey, shifting from contemplative works to experiences that provoke personal questioning. What the visitor learns next will depend on how this experience has transformed them. Adriana Varejão. History, Pain, and Beauty. The Adriana Varejão Pavilion is an architectural structure that functions as an integral part of the artwork itself. The Rio-born artist uses tiles as an essential element in her creations, transforming this traditional material into a tool for deep expression. The work Rosario pays homage to a small hotel that collapsed in downtown Rio de Janeiro in 2002, killing a couple who was unable to escape. This piece connects real history, personal tragedy, and artistic beauty in a disturbing and memorable way. Senior tourists find here an opportunity to understand how art can process trauma and collective pain. The pavilion's second major work is Se o Canto Provoca Maremoto, composed of 184 canvases painted to resemble Portuguese Baroque tiles. Each tile shows signs of aging and deterioration, as if damaged by time. The pieces are arranged in an apparently chaotic layout, but they actually form the waves of a turbulent sea. The composition references the Portuguese ships that faced ocean storms during the colonization of Brazil. The pavilion's terrace offers a spectacular view, with painted tiles depicting 490 birds found in Brazilian wildlife. Accessibility is ensured through gentle ramps and elevators, allowing senior tourists to enjoy all areas without difficulty. The works of Adriana Varejão demonstrate how art can unite historical memory, personal emotion, and visual beauty into a single experience. Visitor comfort is prioritized through rest areas inside the pavilion and controlled natural lighting. Each piece tells a story that goes beyond its visual surface, requiring reflection and interpretation from the viewer. The pavilion marks an important transition point in the museum journey, moving from interactive experiences to deep contemplation. The next installations will continue to challenge and transform the visitor's perception of art, nature, and meaning. Art on the Lake, Yayoi Kusama. The work Narcissus Garden, by Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama, is one of Inhotim's most photographed and memorable installations. The piece consists of hundreds of mirrored metallic spheres distributed across the surface of one of the main lakes. Each sphere reflects the sky, the clouds, the surrounding vegetation, and the visitor themselves, creating a hypnotic visual experience. The spheres float gently on the water, moving with the wind and the waves. The title, Narcissus Garden, refers to the Greek myth of Narcissus, who fell in love with his own reflection in the water. This work questions concepts of identity, reflection, and self-perception. Senior tourists find here an opportunity to create memorable photographs while contemplating profound philosophical questions. The experience of standing before Narcissus Garden is transformative and immersive. The metallic spheres create a visual effect that constantly changes as the observer moves around the lake. The natural light reflected on the mirrored surfaces forms dynamic patterns that cannot be fully captured in photographs. Visitor comfort is ensured through well-built viewing platforms and shaded rest areas. The installation demonstrates how contemporary art can use simple elements to create complex and emotionally resonant experiences. Yayoi Kusama, a world-renowned artist, created an installation that functions both as a visual artwork and as a tool for personal introspection. The transition from Narcissus Garden to the next areas of Inhotim marks a shift from the contemplative to the experiential. The vibrant colors and energy that follow contrast with the reflective serenity of this installation. Accessibility to the viewing platforms is guaranteed through gentle ramps and secure handrails. Kusama's work prepares visitors to understand how art can transform natural spaces into environments of deep personal meaning. The next installations will continue to explore the relationship between color, movement, emotion, and sensory experience. Oiticica, Tonga, and the power of the installations. Helio Oiticica was one of the most emblematic artists of Brazilian contemporary art. His work, Magic Square, is an installation that deeply impacts those who experience it. The piece consists of freestanding walls painted in vibrant colors: red, yellow, blue, green, and other intense tones. Oiticica created the instructions and models for this work, but passed away in 1980 without seeing it built. Decades later, his instructions were brought to life at Inhotim, creating a fully immersive sensory environment. Visitors enter this colorful space and immediately experience a transformation in mood and perception. Senior tourists find here an opportunity to understand how color and space can deeply affect emotional states. Tonga is another internationally renowned Brazilian artist whose work occupies significant space at Inhotim. The Tonga Psychoactive Gallery features installations that combine performance, symbolism, and diverse materials. The works include ropes, suitcases, bones, and other objects that evoke stories of escape, travel, and personal transformation. One notable installation features open suitcases containing representations of human bones, creating a visual narrative about death, memory, and journey. The piece Trorusk is an extremely fragile web composed of glass, nets, and liquids that evoke the ideas of blood, life, and death. Visitor comfort is ensured through protective structures and clearly marked paths around these delicate installations. Jorge Machi's Pool is a functional artwork that challenges traditional definitions of art. The pool is shaped like an old telephone directory, the kind many people used to store phone numbers before the digital era. This unusual shape creates a connection to emotional memory and nostalgia. Before the pandemic, visitors were allowed to swim in the pool, creating a unique interactive experience. The installations by Tunga, Oititsika, and Machi demonstrate how contemporary art can question, provoke, and transform the visitor's experience. Accessibility to these areas is ensured through well-maintained pathways and strategically placed resting areas. The upcoming works will continue exploring the relationship between nature, time, and personal transformation. The sound of the earth and the art that grows, the work. Elevazione, by Italian artist Giuseppe Penone, represents a profound fusion between art and living nature. Penone created a bronze cast of the trunk and roots of a dead chestnut tree found in the gardens of the Palace of Versailles in France. This bronze structure was installed alongside 5 young native trees of the region, specifically of the Guarita species. The central idea of the work is that, over the years, these living trees will grow and embrace the bronze trunk, gradually lifting it toward the sky. The title, Elevazione, refers to this continuous elevation process. Senior tourists find here an opportunity to understand how art can engage in dialogue with long-term natural processes. The work by Ligia Pape is a delicate and luminous installation that contrasts with the solidity of other pieces at Inhotim. The Brazilian artist used hundreds of golden threads, those traditionally used to tie gift wrapping, attached from floor to ceiling inside a darkened space. When light enters the environment, the threads shine like meticulously structured spider webs. The experience of standing inside this installation is one of lightness and transparency, despite its construction from solid materials. Matthew Barney's pavilion questions the relationship between art and deforestation, building a structure within the forest that provokes reflection about human presence in nature. Visitor safety is ensured through well-maintained structures and clearly marked paths around all of these installations. The Sonic Pavilion by Doug Aitken is perhaps the most innovative installation at Inhotim in terms of technology and concept. A tunnel was excavated 200 meters below the Earth's surface, the equivalent height of a building with more than 60 floors. At this depth, highly sensitive microphones were installed to capture sounds emitted by the Earth's deep layers. These sounds are transmitted in real time into a glass pavilion on the surface. Visitors can hear the Earth breathing, the subterranean sounds that normally remain invisible and inaudible. This work marks the conclusion of the artistic journey through Inhotim, leaving visitors transformed by the experience of having connected with both the literal and metaphorical depths of the planet. But before planning your visit, it is essential to understand how to get to Inhotim, what services are available during your stay, and how to organize your time to make the most of every moment in this extraordinary space. Logistics, services, and operations at Inhotim. Inhotim is located in the municipality of Brumadinho, in the state of Minas Gerais, 65 kilometers south of Belo Horizonte. Access is via a well-marked highway in good condition. It is recommended to hire a private transportation service or use ride-hailing apps to reach the location. Alternatively, tourism agencies offer packages that include round-trip transportation from Belo Horizonte. Senior tourists benefit from the security of having organized and reliable transportation without the need to drive on unfamiliar roads. Inside Inhotim, the park offers electric carts to transport visitors between galleries and art installations. These carts are especially important because the distances between artworks are significant, ranging from 500 meters to 2 kilometers. Visitor comfort is ensured through these vehicles, which allow movement without excessive physical effort. The park has restaurants and cafes strategically located in different areas, offering meals, beverages, and snacks. Well-maintained public restrooms are available at multiple points throughout the park. Accessibility is guaranteed through paved level pathways that connect the main visitation areas. Inhotim is open from Tuesday to Sunday, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The park remains closed on Mondays for maintenance and cleaning. Entry is allowed until 3 p.m., ensuring that visitors have enough time to explore the main galleries and installations. It is recommended to book tickets in advance through Inhotim's official website. Guided tours in English are available by prior appointment, enhancing the experience for foreign visitors. The average visitation time ranges from 4 to 6 hours, depending on individual interest in each artwork. Proper planning ensures a complete, unhurried experience. Inhotim. From the breeze on the lakes to art that gently challenges, Inhotim is not just a tourist destination. It is a mirror that reflects who you are and who you could become. Over these 20 minutes, you have walked through lakes that look like living paintings, touched artworks that challenge reality, and listened to the sounds of an earth that has been breathing for millions of years. But here is the uncomfortable truth. No video, no matter how well produced, can capture the real magnitude of being there. The breeze over the green lakes, the emotional impact of walking on broken glass. The silent transformation that takes place when you stand face to face with the beauty and depth of contemporary art. Inhotim exists for people who understand that traveling is not just changing locations, it is changing perspectives. It is stepping out of automatic living and into a space where every step, every artwork, every reflection matters. So ask yourself, if not now, when? Which artwork resonated with you the most? Share in the comments which moment touched you the most during this video, because your stories inspire others to seek their own transformations. If you want to discover more destinations that challenge, inspire, and transform, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Because the world is full of places like Inhotim, waiting for people like you, people who are ready to truly live.